ya Mungu ni ya nini? Just trust that. Akapanga uzaliwe. God bless these young people. They have a future. Let the devil do them no harm. Young mothers, deny yourself the morning sleep. Ati ukiwa kwa blanketi ndio naambia mtoto see you ukiwa kwa blanketi. Hiyo warmth unaenjoy utaikosa siku moja. God, if we have done anything that has angered you, just clean our country.
Hello everyone and welcome to PCEA Emmanuel Roy East Parish Church. And here with us we have an interview, and in this interview, we don't joke about our guest. And today, as you all know, we have an amazing guest. She is a wife, she is a woman of God, and most of all, she is a mother. Let's know her name and let's know more about her. Muga,
Mono.
how are you?
I'm fine.
I would like us to tell us your name.
I am Lucy Edhiru Njue.
Lucy?
Lucy Ndorothe Edhiru Njue.
Yes, Lucy.
Yeah.
Okay, so Lucy, I would like you to tell us more about where were you from, where were you born, who is Lucy when she was a young girl?
I was born in Meru, in a place called Ekwanjao, in Mara constituency, Tharaka-Nithi.
Okay.
And my parents are Reverend Timothy Kabuga and Elder Mrs. Agnes Muthoni Kabuga. They were promoted to higher glory. So as at now, I'm an orphan.
Oh, yes, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So which year were you born?
I was born in 1960, 12th of October.
Oh, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So tell us, when you grew up with your parents, what was it like? And what were the values they taught you?
One, my father being a church minister, a reverend in PCEA Church, I grew up as a girl who was taught much about Christianity and being a God-fearing girl. And I thank God because from that time, I developed the urge to be in church and to serve God. I really admired their service in church, and I've always felt grateful to God that He called me to His holy ministry to actualize my baby girl dreams.
So what were your baby girl dreams?
To become a teacher and a preacher at the same time.
Okay,
And
okay, we'll come to that.
Yeah.
So tell us, so after growing up, you went to school, of course.
Yeah, I started my school in St. Paul's Primary School in Kabuko, Kiambu, when my father was training as a church minister. So after finishing his training, we went back home and I did my CPE. Those days we were doing CPE in 1973. And I was admitted to Maua Girls Secondary School in Meru. I did my secondary education there, and I proceeded to the Ngoma High School in Nyeri for my A-levels.
Okay. So after that, where did you go next? Which career did you venture in mostly?
After going through my A-levels, I joined Kamwanja Teacher Training College in Nyeri, and I trained as a primary school teacher for 2 years. That was in 1980. And from then I became a primary school teacher, and I've taught since then up to 2020 when I retired within the corona era. Yeah.
So tell us, when you were in school, how would you rate yourself? Were you a very sharp student, or apo katikati, or you were very low? You can tell us any of those.
I was an average student, and Yeah, that's the much I can say about my school life. And I was preaching. I started preaching when I was in Form 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you were in school, what was your favorite subject? And what was your least favorite?
My favorite subject was biology and CRI. And the subject that I hated or I never liked to hear about is chemistry.
Chemistry.
Chemistry and maths.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chemistry is challenging to most people. Yes. So tell us, how was it like in your career, in your job? What did you love most? Why did you choose that career? And what did you love most about your career?
When I was in primary school in St. Paul's at Limuru, I had a lady teacher by the name of Nyambura. I used to admire her a lot. And she made that urge of being a teacher grow very much in me. So when I had the chance now to choose what to be, I just landed in teaching, and I've always done it with a lot of passion. I was not forced into teaching, it is in me. Even at this time, I still miss teaching, even 6 years after retirement. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
So tell us, after you've gone to school, you've gotten a career, you've started your work, you've gotten employed. So did you start thinking about marriage and starting a family?
Sometimes you don't think about marriage, it just comes. These are some stages in life whereby you find yourself there. It's something that comes. It's godly, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So how did you meet your partner? Or how did he meet you?
How do I put it?
By the grace of God, I joined the youth choir in my home parish during those old days. I was in upper primary school, and his father was posted to come and serve in our home parish. And the youth was called to go and welcome their minister by a song, and I was in that group. Then I saw her. She was in her teens, very early teens. She came to do her A-level studies in the Guma High School when I was working in the provincial housing offices in Nyeri, Ministry of Housing, as a rent inspector. Incidentally, my cousin was her classmate in Form 5 and 6. And when I went to visit my cousin, wow, I saw her. I couldn't remember instantly that this is the Lucy I saw during those old days. And from there, we struck a relationship which grew to where we are.
So when did you get married? At what was the year?
1979.
1979.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got children, or you decided we'll just stay like that?
I got children because by that time, there was no time for first familiarizing. There's getting married and children.
Yeah.
So God blessed me with 3 and some men. By then they were boys. They grew into big men. And by God's grace, we have brought them up together well. Yeah, they are fine. Okay. Only that one rested in 2015. He went to be with the Lord.
Okay. So now you have gotten a family and you're still at work. How did you balance work and family so well?
It calls for a lot of commitment because most of my working period, I didn't consider having a house help. It was quite a commitment, and I denied myself a lot of comfort for them. And when I look back at those times, I just tell God thank you because I've reaped from my denial. What I denied myself, brought some good fruits. Because when I see them love their children, I knew it has come from what they saw when they were growing.
You've
Yeah.
said you denied yourself some things. Briefly tell us some of the things that you denied yourself so that your children can become so amazing people.
Associations with my age mates, going out mostly. I actually was always with them. And to an extent of going with them, if I'm going for a mission somewhere, we would go with them.
Okay, so now tell us. Now you're a mother and you have a job, and that's kind of success, right? Now tell us about church. Take us to when you decided that you have to make your faith personal with God, and when you decided that let me get into the ministry.
I earlier I told you that I started preaching when I was in Form 2.
Yeah.
One, having come from a family of a reverend and an elder, they made my life so much Christian-centered. So when I grew up and then I got a job, I went back to my roots of being a person who has been brought up in church. And so when I was proposed to be an elder and I was approached by the people who were sent to me, I didn't have much of a battle in me whether to take it or leave it. It just came because it's something that was planted in me from the early years. And I've always found a lot of satisfaction in serving God in church.
Okay, so you've told me some people approached you so that you can become an elder,
Yeah.
right? When was that, and how did you feel about it? And also, who are the people that approached you?
Whenever one is to be ordained an elder, after your name has been proposed, some elders are sent by the session, CAC session, to approach the candidate. And so some elders were sent to me. One is late Justice Mutua. They came and visited me, and they told me the purpose of their visit, and they gave me time to pray over it. I prayed, and God showed me that it was from Him. And by that time, my husband was not even in Kenya. He was in USA for studies. So I felt now my dream is coming true. And I accepted, even in his absence. I contacted him and he gave me an okay, because I cannot serve in the church without his approval.
I was very, very delighted. By the way, I was not in Kenya then. I had gone in the United States of America for my further studies. And she wrote to break the news to me that she had been approached by church elders with a view to having her ordained as a church elder. I was very, very happy. I wrote back and gave her the okay and encouraged her to accept and to serve God faithfully in the new position of service.
So, when you were chosen as an elder, did you have some things that you had in mind that you had to do? You know, like you had in mind, I should do this for the people, I should do this with the people. What were your core responsibilities?
I knew by accepting to be an elder, now it means living an open life. Even if I'm not social, I have to be social, because it is dealing with the people, with issues, without issues. Some will approve me, others will disapprove. So I had now to broaden my scope of life to welcome everybody, because given a district, it has different members with the different things, with different issues.
It was a privilege being working with Elder Joe for more than 2 years. She has been a real mother. She's a teacher. She trains very well, a very good mentor, and she allows she inspires a lot, and she allows us to grow.
So it really called for a lot of commitment and the shedding of some things that would not be compatible with the calling that I had.
So, okay. Now you've told me that it was always in you to become an elder. It was always in you to serve, right? So tell me, did you ever for once think that maybe I'm not qualified? You know, that feeling that you have, maybe I should not be doing this or something of that sort?
No,
You didn't have any of
no,
that.
no.
You was very ready.
I was more than ready.
That's amazing. So tell me, how hard was it now that your husband was even abroad? How hard was it that after becoming an elder, how hard did you take it at that time? What were the challenges you faced?
The challenges were now to balance between being a mother to children whose father is not around, because I had to play the two roles. So, but by and by, things sorted themselves out, and I started enjoying the service.
You have told us that your husband worked overseas. So please tell us, how did you communicate? You know, nowadays we have modern methods. We have, those apps that we can see each other and all that. Now, back then, how did you communicate?
Communication was good for that time. He used to first write a letter and notify me that you'd call a certain time.
And letters took quite a bit of time. Again, I used to write her a letter to tell her to go where there is a telephone on a particular date and a particular time. Then I called and we could communicate that way. Mm-hmm. Yes.
I would walk to the shopping center or to the town near my home and wait for the call there. So it would have been a problem if we were many waiting for a call, each from his or her own destination. Mm-hmm. That's how we used to communicate.
Well, that was very challenging.
Very challenging because town was far from my home and the vehicles were few. So it meant walking a long distance. And even when he wanted to talk to his children, I had to take all of them. And then they would talk to him in turns. And then we go back home.
Okay, that was very challenging actually. So now we go back to now you're an elder, right? You've been chosen, they have come, they have told you, you have prayed about it, and now you're an elder, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us, what other positions apart from elder that you did before?
I didn't have any other position because I was teaching. Mm-hmm. So when my husband joined the Holy Ministry, I now used to accompany him in whichever parish that he was going. So I was teaching and helping him in the church work.
So when did Reverend come back? We want to know that.
He came back in 1997.
Yes.
Yeah. Then we went to the parish where he was posted.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us about the congregations and the districts that you have served so far.
There is one district that I served when I was ordained in my home parish back in Meru. I served for a very short time because I was ordained in 1996. Then he came in 1997. Immediately he came, we went to the parish. So I did not serve the district which I was ordained for. Now I started serving with him in whichever parish he went.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are some of the unique lessons that you learned in every congregation? Maybe there is that congregation that you learned something and you are like, wow, that is amazing.
It's a lot because as an elder, people look at you as a perfect person living a perfect life. So now it is balancing between your life and what people expect. Because they don't expect you to hear that you have got issues. They don't expect you to lack when it is giving time. They don't expect you to be short of advice. So they will come to you with any kind of a question, with any kind of need, and they expect that they will be helped and their problems will be solved.
Okay. And what was the most challenging moment, the most challenging that you faced?
in serving people or in my life?
No, in serving people first.
In serving people is trying to convince them the reason of joining church
Okay.
and the reason of giving, because it's not normal to give without expecting. So to convince them to learn to give as a lifestyle, it has not been easy, but somehow God makes a way.
The biggest challenge is when I returned to adjust to my my life from active service to my new experience of life in retirement was difficult. And when she was received by the new Nairobi East Presbytery, and I signed an elder district, she used to come sometimes very, very, very late, at 10ish in the night, 11ish in the night. That was a challenge because I couldn't sleep. I had to stay awake until she comes back. But we thank God, we talked, and eventually the challenge was sorted out.
And now that you've brought it, what is the most challenging part in your life?
The most challenging part in my life was in 2015 when I lost my son. Being a person who comforts, I was unable to comfort myself. And I never expected God to do that to me. So to accept it and move on was not an easy thing. Though healing takes time, God comes and gives some unique strength for forward movement. It was a real challenge. Yeah.
I'll be sorry about that. All right, so tell us, now that people have described you as a very caring, as a very nurturing, as a very prayerful woman, a lot of people have said that about you, and it's very amazing. Tell us, where does that come from? Does it just come from within you, or that's just you? Tell us.
I just find myself there. One, I know my temperament is a melancholic. People who are easily moved by other people's stories, people who are easily moved by songs and such. So that one is in me. It is inborn. And then nurtured by my parents who are serving God.
Yeah.
And then I landed again in a reverence home. So it has been in me in progression.
Okay.
She's more of a mentor. She's a real shepherd, a very faithful servant of God. She leads with, she's a real servant of God. Even in Momban district, she knows us by names. Even the attending of the district, she has never missed the district unless she's not around. She makes sure she is present to all members. She guides us, she mentors. If you have an issue, she'll ensure that she is the first person to go to that home.
We know our elders are very prayerful person.
Yes,
So does she do the same to Momba District Youth?
yes, she does. Especially in when you go for home district, she advises us, and of course, she'll have a session to talk about the youth. But then one of the most things that stood out for me was when she explained Psalms 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall want." Because I was always like, why can I not want the Lord? Until she explained it, and then she's like, you have to need. It's a need that you need to have. So when she explained it, I looked at it at a different light, and I think it spoke to every other youth who was around.
Okay, that's very amazing. So is that one of the advices that she has given you, and it has stuck with you till now?
Yes, it does.
Do you have any other advice that she has given you?
There's a time, I think there was like a thing in Kenya, kids were going missing, and I didn't hear anyone speak about it, but she had the courage to talk to the parents, and she was like, parents need to stop being lazy and take care of their kids.
Mbele ya tuombe na mnisikilize, kuna stories zinaendelea in the country. Which is our country? What is the name of our country? Nakwambia watoto wanaibiwa. Watoto wanafanya nini? Ukiwa unaenda shuleni, umetumwa dukani, ama umeenda mahali popote, upatane na mtu akwambie muende kwa duka kununulie kitu, kataa na upige nduru. Lakini aliye na masikio asikie na ajue ya kwamba hakuna rafiki mwingine isipokuwa wazazi wako ambaye anafaa akupeleke mahali ama akubebe. Security yako inaanza na wewe. Usijione ati wewe ni mtoto. Usikubali kupembelezwa na mtu huko nje. Muende kwa duka ama umuonyeshe njia, amepotea njia. Kama amepotea, aende kwa polisi wanajua kila mahali. Tuko pamoja? Hebu niseme initoke wazazi. Young mothers, deny yourself the morning sleep. Ati ukiwa kwa blanketi ndio naambia mtoto, see you ukiwa kwa blanketi. Take care of them and God will bless them. Young mothers, my plea this Sunday, deny yourself the comfort of your beds and watching the very good kipindi unapenda kuona asubuhi for the sake of your child.
You could hear the authority that came from her, and I really resonated with that because she was so courageous, and that really spoke to me. And I was like, even though I'm not a parent, I'm like, yeah, parents need to take care of their kids, and they need to, like, it was the most courageous thing I've ever seen.
And how do you feel when people have learned that you are that kind of a person? How do you feel about yourself?
I give glory to God.
Yes.
And I thank God for everything. He has made me whom I am and what I am. Yeah.
Yeah, we are very thankful to you, Elder. So I want us to tell us the values that you own, that you really put them first. You know, everyone has values, yeah, in their lives. There are people who say mine is direction, discipline, and all that. So what are your values in your life that have kept you moving?
My core value is listening a lot, talking few once when it's necessary, and being empathetic.
So last but not least, Yvonne, so I want you to tell us about the values that she has impacted on you, that you will go with them.
One of the most things she has impacted me with is telling, mostly me, because I've also had a chance to talk to her, not only as an elder, but I see her also as a friend. And she was encouraging me. She's always encouraging me and the other youth, and she's like, keep on pressing on, like there's no time to slander. Press on, like you have to be courageous. And she's like, go for whatever you want. You have to be a go-getter for you to get what you want. And that has really stood out for me. And yeah,
She has lived a legacy, and she has left a legacy. So she has lived it, and she's very inspiring, a very humble woman who at least will be able to be remembering her each and every time. At least we have notes to refer to. And then the way she teaches in this way that, like the song that is being sung, nieleze pole pole kama mtoto. So at all times, the time I'm coordinating the prayers, I feel like telling her to preach each and every Thursday. Because once she will preach, you will remember it throughout your life. So she's very good. Yes, she's someone who at least has made even me to grow. She has allowed me to be myself. She doesn't press things. She allows, okay, she's this kind of leaders who delegate. So she delegates a lot so that at least even us, we can become good leaders.
My wife is very talented. Besides being a trained and qualified school teacher, she is trained and qualified counselor and a motivational speaker. In the parish, she has been very, very useful to me, such that some Christians used to say that God has blessed us with two ministers, the Reverend James NJUE'S and his wife. She has been very, very useful and instrumental to the success of my work in the parish and in the church. She is a talented preacher, very, very talented, and I thank God for her.
In the course of this ministry, what did your wife do in the ministry that made you the most proud?
I have attended seminars where she was a speaker, and I've had the opportunity to listen to her, sit in the pulpit and listen to her speaking, and I have always been very proud to be associated and to be identified with her. Really, she has made me proud.
I want you to tell us, to tell your elder one word. Just look at the camera and give some words to your elder.
Elder Lucy Joy, we are very happy for the legacy that you've lived in our district. Thank you very much for being our mentor, for being our teacher, for being a good shepherd who have done their work diligently. We really miss you, and please note that we still be coming back to you for guidance, for guidance at all times. Thank you very much. We really appreciate your work, and may God bless you. As you retire, please note you are not tired. Therefore, we still need that knowledge that you have always in our church, in our district, even at personal level. Thank you very much. We really miss you.
I'm here to say thank you for the service that you've given us in Mwamba district. We've seen your work, not only as an elder, but also as our friend. You made time for us, and anytime we would call on you, we would easily count on you. And I want to say that thank you for your service. You have done a good job, and may the Lord bless you, and may his face always shine on you. And may you continue being blessed, and may you continue spreading the good news to the people. Thank you.
Mama Kenyua, first of all, I want to thank you most heartily for the enormous, great support that you've given me in my service as an ordained church minister. I promise that God being my helper, I will reciprocate, that I will continue to support you in your new experience of life in retirement as an ordained church elder. And I heartily welcome you to this life. Karibu sana nyumbani. Mungu aendelee kutubariki.
Okay, I want you to give us advice. First of all, please give the youth advice, and then I would like you to give the congregation advice, and also your community. I mean, your community has been with you, right? And also your family at large.
To the youth, I'll just tell them what I've always been telling them. Ujana ni moshi, ukienda haurudi. Meaning, take care of your youthful years. Because once they go, you'll never get them again. So live a positive life. To the congregation, the fear of God is the beginning of all good things. In everything, God first. Doesn't matter the season, good or bad, God first. And to the community, love one another. Yeah.
So there is someone who has heard about you, how you became an elder and the process, and is somewhere thinking that I have prayed about it and I don't know if I should do this or this. So what advice can you give to such a person?
Now, the advice that I can give is listen to the voice of God. God might not be loud to be heard like someone speaking through a loudspeaker, but in deep prayer and a deep reading of the word, God reveals himself in mysterious ways. So this person should not listen to the friends, should not listen to the relatives, but reason in himself or herself if he or she is ready for that, because calling is personal and the response is personal. But if he or she listens to the people around, some will discourage, others will instill a lot of fear. It involves a lot of strength and courage to say, God, I'm here, send me or work through me. So it's very, 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 very personal, because when it comes to dealing with the district, it is on a personal level. And all these things that one does will be answerable before God for them. Yeah.
I hope you have heard anyone out there who that message belonged to you. You are there, you have been chosen. Listen to Elder's advice. So, Elder, I want you to look at your camera and I want you to give a message to your district members who love you so much. Please tell them something.
God had given me a real blessing in being an elder for Mwamba, a district with the people who are open and sincere in whatever they do and say. I will miss their company. And I've always loved them and I've never doubted their love for me. And that is why I also felt the urge to serve them wholeheartedly. And sincerely speaking, I'll miss their companion. Though I still reside in Mwamba, but I've really enjoyed being their elder. And they have given me the much respect that I require and support. God bless each one of them, big and small. They have been a source of blessing to me.
I believe they love you too, and I believe they will really miss you also. Now, looking at the same camera, I want you to give some words to your family.
My family have no words. God knows what I have in my heart for them, for you, especially my husband, who has been taking me to some of the functions that I'm supposed to attend. And even my children calling and asking me, Mom, where are you? I've always been even coming home late in the evening, and it has always been good. My husband has been supportive, and he had given me the freedom to serve. So God bless them, and may they live to harvest the fruits that they planted in me, because God had a reason of making me an elder. I feel fulfilled 100% or 120%. Yeah.
That is lovely.
Yeah.
And we thank you, your husband also very much for being supportive. So now as we end this, please tell us one of your favorite verses in the Bible.
I'd say that, yeah. John 3:16. For God so loved the world, and the world is me, that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life.
So thank you very much for coming here. Thank you for being with me. Thank you for you answering the questions. And we wish you all the best in your retirement. And thank you for being a good elder to Momba district and to all the other districts that you are a good elder to. And we thank you for your advice. So dear viewer, I have learned a lot. Have you? I have learned Ujana ni Moshi. Have you heard that? So thank you very much for tuning in. Until next time, bye.